instead of messing with them. He slams his head against the table, thinking that he doesn't have a choice. The only thing he can do is wait and hope that Kim's grades somehow drop. Kim thinks that this threat is only temporary, but after the exams are over, things will be completely different. The moment he scores an overwhelming grade in the exams, everyone's emotions will explode. Shin, who is just trying to survive in the golden circle, must succeed at any cost, and the requester who won't be able to see Kim fall. The moment that happens, he will have achieved his goal. He shakes a bit, thinking that if he can get what he wants, nothing else matters. Whether he uses the principle or acts evil and cowardly, it doesn't matter. Looking at the situation now, everything is exactly as he planned. Now nobody can touch him for the rest of his school life. This is a barrier built purely with malevolence that gives Kim a sense of relief. Later, he goes to the gym to train, and it seems that Kim has some hidden talent. Even his coach commends him for it. If it wasn't about the money, he would have suggested he try his luck at being a pro. Kim clothes himself and gets ready to leave, but that's when Siwoo comes inside the gym, saying that he has a consultation scheduled today. A few days ago, when Siwoo was rescued by Kim, he noted how much he had changed. It was almost as if he was a completely different person from what he once was. He sheds a tear, thinking about what Kim said to him earlier. What can he do now? Suddenly, a student barges into the infirmary, saying that Kim is in a fight with Shin. This makes Siwoo think that he is still the same friend who always had his back. Now, he wants to instill in people that there is a problem when they mess with Kim. He gets up and looks out the window, saying that if Kim is going that far for him, how can he give up on such a friend? Back to the present, Kim asks what this is about, demanding that he not take Siwoo in. He will even pay what he has to. But the coach shuts him off, thinking that having a friend with him will make Kim less likely to get into trouble. He grabs Siwoo's shoulder and leads him into another room, saying that it's his decision whether he makes him a student or not, and Kim can leave as his training is over for today. The coach asks him directly if he knows what Kim is training for, and Siwoo confirms this. He says that this gym doesn't encourage youngsters to fight, so he can't accept him. He would have liked to kick out Kim too, but due to some circumstances, he can't. Siwoo says that he understands what the purpose of a gym is, but demands that he look at his wounds. He got them while he was trying to protect Kim. The severity of bullying in schools is way worse than adults can imagine. If Kim had not saved him at that time, he would have most likely been crippled already, so he cannot ignore a friend like him. He asks the coach not to force him to join another gym, as he believes Kim chose this gym with a purpose. He hands him some money, saying that if it's not enough, he can begin to work part-time. The coach slams his fist into the table, asking why this is so desperate at such a young age. Siwoo notes that even if he doesn't accept him in the gym, he plans on sticking by Kim's side. The coach thinks about this. In a situation where even his best friend is being bullied, can he really tell these kids who are living in hell that using violence is wrong? He sighs, saying that he can come to the gym tomorrow, but warns that if he can't handle the training, it's over. Siwoo tries to leave but gets stopped by Kim, who says that the coach might have taken him in, but he doesn't accept him just yet, so he has to prove himself. Prove that he can crawl back from the bottom of hell. They go into the ring, and Kim says that Siwoo already knows what he is planning to do. Those things won't help their future lives, so what will he achieve with his involvement? Friendship. He might end up dead because of the day-after-day fighting, or perhaps end up in prison for the rest of his days. Can he really handle it? Siwoo notes that this is why he wants to help him, because 2 is better than 1. With that, the fight begins and Kim closes the gap, but Siwoo attacks with a kick, saying he shouldn't forget that he is an athlete. They exchange a few blows, and Siwoo adds that if it were a 1v1, he would have beaten Park. Kim thinks that Siwoo is really a good athlete. When he was active in the taekwondo scene, he was called Mr. Specialist and swept away all the gold medals he could win. However, during a tournament, he fought against the son of the Korean Taekwondo Association leader and lost due to an unfair decision by the referee. After that, he gave up on the sport, but his determination never left him. Kim puts him on the ground, asking if he knows about the technique called kick catch that is used in the MMA. He hits Siwoo, saying that he should surrender. But this only makes Siwoo think about the many times Kim protected him, and with newfound determination, he tries to hit Kim but misses, and he continues his onslaught of punches, asking Siwoo to beg him to stop. Siwoo laughs, causing Kim to stop. He asks why he is doing this. Hasn't he done enough for their friendship? Siwoo says that he can't forget those memories, where he didn't do anything but was still beaten. But then Kim showed up and always helped him. So why is he doing this? Because he knows Kim didn't do anything wrong. He can't ignore his situation. After all, it's his life, so he can do whatever he wants, right? It's his decision. The coach suddenly barges into the ring. He says that they should stop fighting and instead come work out with him. He will bet his life that they can get to the top of the UFL stage. The coach notes that both of them are talented, so how are they getting bullied? They can sure take down a few guys at least. Siwoo has his kicks, which at his age are extremely accurate and powerful, and Kim's mentality, which holds a good sense of judgment and the ability to detect gaps in the opponent's defense. The coach offers them this, as their abilities are exceptional, and it would be a waste not to use them. They should drop out, forget about school, and focus on sports. Even though he is operating a rundown gym, he still has connections with many athletes, so he can truly bring them to the top. Kim asks him why he did MMA, and he says that he did it because it suited his interests. Kim notes that this is precisely why he can't. He is not interested in fighting. It hurts so much that he wants to give up every single moment. But since he has a purpose, he has to achieve it, no matter what it takes. Kim says that Siwoo should think about it, but if he accepts, they will call the deal off and continue their own way. He goes outside, and Siwoo follows him, saying that he won't regret doing this with him. Kim says that he won't stop him anymore, but he has a few conditions. First, he's going to train with him every single day. Second, he must be involved in matters he can handle, so if it's a hopeless fight or a legal matter, he must leave immediately. And third, from now on, Myeongjin Construction will give him a living wage every month. And finally, he should study. When the time comes to escape this hellish reality, he hopes he can have a much better life than he ever did. Kim thinks that this is for the better, as he can use this situation to change Siwoo's future as well. He arrives home, where his brother is watching his favorite team play. Kim says that he is going to cook for them, so he should keep watching that. He thinks that in his previous life, this team that his little brother is rooting for made it all the way to the championship game. He didn't say it at the time, but he must have wanted to watch the game directly. He loved games, but never once asked for a computer. He was just a sweet little brother who never let on that he could spend much time outside having fun. His grandmother, his little brother, and Siwoo, at the very least, so that people precious to him won't have to suffer. He will get better and live differently than before. He is going to tear down anything that gets in his way. Suddenly, he gets a message from the coach, saying that he crossed the line in asking him to become a pro, but still, he should do it if he ever changes his mind. A few weeks later, the midterms begin. The top 10 who have yet to be acknowledged deserve a place of evaluation where they can prove their existence. The papers get passed around, and Kim thinks that if he can't get good grades, his plan will be over. He could have also easily gathered evidence and exposed the golden circle, but Kim was determined enough to completely destroy it. So in order to drag out the real golden circle, he must become an immovable obstacle in their path. He must continue like this so he can crush their disgusting pride, and they can succeed every time. This moment is the true beginning of revenge. After a while, he sheds tears, saying that he prepared so hard for this exam and put in so much effort. But he remembers everything. He remembers all the correct answers. Kim only found out then that the person called Kim was still stuck in his school days. Even while he was bullied, he studied diligently, regretting those days while living in a vegetative state. The memories of his past life were still in his mind, like they were branded into his brain. And rightly so, he should never forget about them. The desire for revenge has shaped him into who he is today. After all the exams are finished, a girl comes up to him, Hyeji, who asks why he isn't grading his own paper. He says that he doesn't want to, and he thinks about her. She was quite popular because of her beauty, but she confessed to him when she was in her first year. He rejected her at the time because he didn't think he could handle dating and studying at the same time. She says that she will do it for him, and she begins. And slowly she remarks that he did, in fact, get 100 in all of the subjects. The next day, he calls Chul to the rooftop, where they call him the top-ranked student in the entire school. Kim asks if he knows about the golden circle, and if not, he will tell him. A while before this, we see that the principal is getting constant calls about academies, even getting accused of favoritism. How could a student who was a nobody before get 100 in everything? The principal shuts down any notion of cheating or such, and says that the school just has an excellent education program. He closes the call, and Chul asks him if it was another call about academies. The principal confirms this, also wondering why they are so insistent this time. Chul notes that it must be because the exam was extremely hard this time. The principal says there is no reason to make a fuss over such a thing. Shouldn't they be excited about their high-achieving student? He can already see it. Kim receiving the highest CSAT score in the country and entering Hankook University at the top of his class. Something like this would give the school the opportunity to become a nationally recognized school. And with Myungjin Construction's support, his long-awaited dream will come true. The only problem is that Kim is causing problems, and it would be bad for the only first-ranked student in the school to be a problem child. The principal demands more from Chu. He should take care of Kim even more. And since he's produced the first-ranked student in the school, he will start paying him merit next month. He hands him some money, saying that it's just a small reward. The principal notes that he should enjoy it because they will undeniably achieve much more with Kim's scores. Chul agrees, thinking that he was right to side with Kim. We cut back to the present, where Kim explains to him exactly what the golden circle is. Afterwards, Chul asks what he wants him to do, perhaps stop Shin. Kim notes that he wants what he always wanted, for them to feign ignorance at these actions and stand by. That's plenty already, so he should also prepare mentally in advance. Somewhere else, Shin is being beaten by the broker, who has given him one more chance at solving this. If not, the price will be at least a limb. Shin sits down with some friends, wondering what he can do about the situation. A buffer dude perks up, Bei Xiangho, and he says that they should all mess with Kim at once. What is the principal going to do if 30 people or more are involved in a fight? Shin notes that this is a great idea, and hopefully it will lead to salvation. A few days later, during lunch, Kim felt a strange vibe. Someone bumps into him, and another comes from behind and slaps his head, demanding he apologize for bumping into his friend. Kim thinks that it started with the bullying, but this time he is not weak, and with a few punches, he takes all of them out. He keeps being conscious, saying that he should tell their leader that he should stop thinking about stupid stuff and bring it all at once. A while later, Shangho opens the door to Kim's classroom, thinking that he planned to just provoke Kim and bring the guys against him later. Kim gets up, saying that if they have to fight, they should go to the recycling site where the teachers don't walk in. They go there, and Kim thinks about his plan until now. All the scenarios up until now weren't guarantees, like he imagined. This revenge will be determined by fighting Shin. If he can't handle it, he will have to pay the price. Seongho tries to intimidate Kim, but he doesn't bite, instead saying that they should get to the point and fight. But they also have spectators, so they should come to him one by one. One of the goons who goes by the nickname Demon Senior gets in front, saying that if it's a one-on-one fight he wants, that's what he's going to get.